educational science video brought to you by PBS. My name is Chip Ross, and this is my partner here, Crazy Larry.
Hi.
Larry, put on your protective gear.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
Need help with your apron?
No, nothing gonna happen.
Fine. So anyway, what we've done here is we've filled this beaker with 50 milliliters of hydrochloric acid. And we filled this graduating cylinder with just water. And we are going to add exactly 50 milliliters of water into this hydrochloric acid just to see what will happen. Now Larry, if you would do the honors, please, of putting the water in the
Acid?
acid, yes.
Okie dokie there, boss. Ladies and gentlemen, a terrible tragedy has just happened here on an educational science video thing for PBS. Larry wasn't wearing his safety goggles and therefore was incinerated to death. We have reason to believe that Larry could have been spared had he been wearing his safety goggles and his apron on properly. That is why I'm going to devote my life to ensuring that every man, woman, and child is properly equipped for the field of lab safety. This is Chip Ross. This is lab safety.
To prevent the school from being sued, the science teachers must take any precaution necessary to avoid any child that accidentally severs his finger off, or anything silly like that. Even the cameraman must take precaution. Though nothing serious has happened on record, some science teachers had some close calls.
Well, with safety in my classroom, there has been a couple close calls with students not wanting to wear goggles and or other safety equipment. One story happened with a student about 6 to 8 years ago, and this student didn't really like to wear goggles because it would mess up her hair quite often, so I would have to remind her to wear goggles. Until one day where a flash fire occurred at her lab table and she was wearing her goggles that day. And fire came up right by her face, and it was saved because her goggles hit, and so nothing happened to her because she had her goggles on.
Well, we've never had any accidents in my classroom because we show the safety video and we spend a day or two talking about lab safety in the classroom. No close calls, just minor cuts. That's about it.
Well, every once in a while you hear something really bad happening at some school, and we always think to ourselves, we hope that's not us, and what did they do, and we hope we're not doing that. Well, a few years ago in a chemistry demonstration at a school nearby, someone had an explosion, and things have to be controlled, things like that. So we try not to be soundless, we try to be controlled.
Last year, I can't remember what school it was, but there was a teacher who did an experiment with this volatile alcohol, lighting something on fire, and when she wasn't paying attention, the students wanted to do it again, and they didn't know the correct mixture, and they mixed these things and actually blew up the classroom, like a TV style, blow up the classroom. People went to the hospital. She ended up getting fired for good reason, but very bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I take the opportunity to do a lab safety demonstration, I think it's best that we take a memoriam to my dear partner, Larry. He never was that good of a science partner. In fact, he kind of brought my grade down a lot of times. So if you don't be careful, ladies and gentlemen, you might end up like my poor departed lab partner, Larry. When choosing the proper lab partner, you must first take note of your surroundings from day one. That's why you walk into class, and then you must take note of the people who are being lazy and slobby, and then you must also take note of the people who are being very, very obedient. This young lady, on the other hand, is very, well, how should we put it, lazy. And this young lady, on the other hand, she looks like she can do my homework. She's very smart, clever, obedient. She'll be the perfect candidate for being your lab partner. Not somebody like this young lady, or possibly even Larry. God bless his soul. You, young lady, what is your name?
Tallulah.
Tallulah?
Yes.
Fine. Do you want to be my lab partner?
Sure.
Let's go.
Every day there is a risk of getting your eyes scolded out with people like this who don't wear their safety goggles. It is obvious that these people must learn to pay attention once in a while.
Not at Kenston. I used to teach in Las Vegas, and I did have a student who wasn't following the rules and screwing around, and he actually got some acid into his eye, and we had to wash it out very quickly in the eye wash. Sent him down to the nurse. He ended up going to the hospital for screwing around in class.
So, again, something be avoided because they had proper safety gear on.
Today on our segment, we'll be talking about the proper attire for lab safety. The proper way, of course, is to present yourself as geeky as possible, but that's not the point. The point is to keep you safe. For example, long hair must always be tied back. You must always wear goggles as well. Protect your eyes from the dangerous chemicals and flames and other stuff. And also to protect your torso and, of course, clothing. You must also wear an apron. Larry, can you help me out here? Shall we? And then, today we'll be discussing chemical safety. As you can see, chemicals are very dangerous. They can scald your eyes out. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. Another proper way to dress properly is your proper shoes. Boots are a fine example. Boots are just fine. And for the love of God, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you do, do not wear sandals. Only losers wear sandals. The lab area may seem like it runs like clockwork, but if one thing goes wrong, then everybody you know may be dead.
Yeah, I knew a guy that got his arm chopped off, but that's a different story.
So, again, something be avoided because they had proper safety gear on.
So what is preventing all these injuries from happening? Is it children who follow the proper lab safety? Or is it just common sense? The world may never know.